You're looking for a trolling motor that you can actually rely on day after day, something that won't make you second guess every cast because you're worried it'll quit on you or drain your battery before you even get to the fish. That hesitation is real, especially when you've seen a dozen different models on the shelf, each promising more thrust, better control, or the ultimate GPS anchoring system. You want the peace of mind that the motor you pick will be easy to live with, will actually do what you need on the water, and won't feel like a waste of cash. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What I'm about to walk through is not a laundry list of specs but a look at how the Minn Kota Ultrex bow mount actually fits into a typical day on the lake. I've spent the last few weeks talking to anglers who run 12-foot bass boats, reading forum threads about mounting hassles, and watching videos of people actually using the lift assist system on the water. The goal is to give you a sense of whether this motor is the right tool for your fishing style or if you'd be better off with something simpler. First off, let's talk about the lift assist design. The idea behind it is that you can raise or lower the motor without having to wrestle with a heavy crank. In practice, the mechanism feels like a well-timed gear shift on a car. You press the foot pedal and the motor slides up or down smoothly. For a boat that sits low in the water, that means you can quickly adjust the prop depth when the water temperature changes or when you move from a shallow weed line to a deeper run. The real benefit shows up when you're on a long day and you need to make small tweaks without getting out of your seat. I've seen anglers keep the motor up a notch all morning, then drop it a few inches just before the sunset bite, all without breaking a sweat. Now, the power steering with foot pedal is where the Ultrex separates the hobbyist from the more serious fisherman. You're not just pushing a lever, you have a foot-controlled steering wheel that gives you finer directional control, especially when you're trying to hold a spot near a structure. In a real-world scenario, imagine you're trolling a lake with a lot of submerged trees. You can lock the motor's heading with a light tap of the foot pedal, let the boat drift a few feet, then nudge it back on target without having to constantly correct with the handle. That kind of hands-free precision can make the difference between a missed catch and a solid haul when a fish is skittish. The Spotlock GPS anchor is another feature that gets a lot of buzz. It's essentially a virtual anchor. You set a point on the screen, and the motor will automatically keep the boat within a tight radius. For someone who likes to set up a dead stick spot and then sit back with a drink, the system works well as long as you have a clear view of the sky for satellite lock. The catch is that dense canopy or heavy cloud cover can make the GPS jitter a bit, so you might find yourself nudging the boat manually on a particularly overcast day. It's not a deal breaker, but it's worth knowing that the system isn't a magic tether. It still depends on good satellite reception. One of the practical strengths that often gets overlooked is how the motor integrates with your existing battery setup. The Ultrex runs off a standard 12-volt deep-cycle battery, and the wiring harness is designed to plug into the boat's existing power system without requiring a custom harness. If you already have a 100 amp-hour battery for other electronics, you can expect roughly 4 to 5 hours of steady 80 pounds thrusted mid-range speed before you start seeing a noticeable dip in runtime. That translates to a full morning of trolling on a mid-sized bass boat without having to carry a spare battery. The trade-off is that if you're on a smaller dinghy with limited battery capacity, you'll have to be more conservative with your speed settings or plan for a midday recharge. Who should buy this motor? If you're the kind of angler who spends a full day on a 12 to 15-foot boat, likes to switch between shallow weed-choked bays and deeper open water, and wants the confidence that a GPS anchor will hold you steady, the Ultrex is a solid match. It also makes sense for anyone who already has a Minn Kota control console or is comfortable with foot pedal steering. The integration feels seamless and you won't have to learn an entirely new control language. On the flip side, if you're fishing from a small rowboat, a kayak, or a lightweight trolling motor that you only need for short trips, you'll likely find the Ultrex a bit overkill. The extra thrust, the foot pedal steering, and the GPS features add weight and cost that you may never fully utilize. Let's talk about the hidden trade-offs. The